Well, as for a little moment, just came on and just uploaded my last video to YouTube where I began the little carving of the little angel critter, and just for a little more, there's probably going to be more I'd like to share, more I'm going to do, but I say that there's just a little moment where we kind of got a little bit more to make out of things and a little bit more to make of our time and our deeds and what we do. So this comes just a little moment where we can just make these little lines out for the face. It's probably going to be fairly simple here, I would guess. Probably simple compared to what else is going to come into this. We can work little ways alongside of this just to make it so the angel is going to have just a little bit of a nose here, and so put a little time and effort and work into a piece, come out where we make the little eyes out and show a little character down in them, and oh, I say good little work shall be a little ways of shining the light to the little angel of the Lord. I say, oh, I tell y'all that this is just one of those things where we can just carve along, kind of make it so it's going to be just what we ask for it to be. When it comes down to little bitty things we're going to do, and so show a little effort and work done into the face to make it so this shall come its way out and make the time effort go, where this is just one little bit of the face come along. I say kinda carve along the brow here, put a little extra work into the brow and get down to where it's just going to be its little character to know of all for what we do. Oh, grace is in our hearts and bound by all the things I tell y'all, it's just really getting creepy crazy. And I say put the little effort in where we kind of put a little bit into the little crown we make for the little angel in its ways, and then show the crown to where it's going to go its way, and see little ways of doing what we do come down to that, and could even end up looking like this little angel could be wearing a bandana, maybe. We don't know about that for sure, but it's just a little piece where, as of that one, there's another one around here somewhere. If it turns up, try to carve out two at a time of these things, but here it was right between my legs. So I say, as of the little work to come, we got to make little places to show the little carving out of the little face and say that this is just the little medley of joyful work we do. Oh, the things that cheer us on in life. Oh, kinda like see how little graces in life just work our way to us, and oh, I tell y'all, just work along the ways. You know, it's just kinda like what this will do, show us how we're just characterized in our work to do the things we like to do and ought to do, and come where the work will just show. I've got little extra help in my life. Probably got places where business comes along just fine. Tell y'all about a little vendor event I went to at a church today, where I really went down there to see my friend who like sells a lot of cakes and pops and chocolate covered fruits and things like that. Really wanted to see all her stuff, but it was all there, but wanted to say hi to her, and she wasn't there today, so she was sick and had to go home early, but her husband kind of took things over for the rest of the day and managed that well. I got to see him, though. That was good enough, and get to talk to somebody there. And I say, as for like just the way some working shall make a way along, we see how we've got the little nose to come out its way here, make it so we're kind of coming down. I say, got a little place in here where we carve out this little mouth in there, and got another little line to make where we're showing a little bit more in its smile and in its grin. And I tell you, you know, on angels you don't really put mustaches and beards, so that would kind of just be a whole different story in itself. I've never, don't think I ever read a place in the Bible about that where there was ever an angel that had a beard or a mustache, but we know that so many things kind of get drawn out of imaginations sometimes, and you know, there's probably stuff we do read about how, according to the Bible, that angels had wings and had halos, and a lot of things we see about them in life and what they have and what they do. But as for now, I say that we got this little work coming its way, and then kind of show us a little grace and power in life to do all we know to do, kind of round out the face a little more, make it a little more plain, let it see another brighter day and morning to come its own way. And I say that this is just kind of what it comes down. Now here we got the little cheeks and chin to make out here, to see how the angel does and how it's going to look when we all get done with the whole thing. And by the way, I say that this is just good little works, I say, to make it all come down just like a little figure in the cloud. That's what it comes down to being. My little niece is upstairs, she's playing in the den, so I tell you, I'm down here carving. Just good thing I get to come down here and get away from her, kind of making all her little noises like she does. just really playful and silly and loud and talkative, but we love her anyway. And so come down to where we make these little places in the skull and put the little work of the angel down into the very, very, very little freaking thing we got down to what it is. I say, oh, I tell y'all that we got this much done now. I think we're going to try to take care of all that in this other one too. Try to carve out the mouth and maybe kind of do it a little bit better this time than we did the last. And it's probably going to be open just a little bit, so it kind of smiles just a little bit as it sticks out a little more. And so I say that it's almost like, oh, the things we learn in life about what we're doing and what we're having in life, and all little things. I say that this comes down to being its own special kind of work in all we do. I say that this is just kind of how angels shall be a symbol to us in heaven and on earth, to make the things we make of them to be what they are to us, to see a little brighter days in us, make us all just know that God is always on our side. He's always with us, you know. Like in those days, you know, there was a little book I picked up from the Dollar Tree called God with Us that I bought for a certain kid in my Sunday school class back when I was still teaching preschoolers at the church I grew up in. So it was all just little things we see as far as how we go in life with all we've got and all we have and do. I say that this is just one thing where we're coming upon the little halo that's going to be shaped like a bandana on this one, because this is how work comes along. I'd like to tell you all about that nativity that I got from the little craft fair today. It was apparently carved in an African village. That man had some artwork from Kenya and Uganda. I don't know which place that particular piece of art came from, but I'll tell you, it was a special nativity and had little figures made out of sticks and dressed in little fabrics and things like that, and kind of looked like really good African art. So it was lovely, it was wonderful. Some of the pieces, I'd say they were just a little bit fragile, but they kind of managed us fine, kind of did well for us. I say they did just a little magic touch of all things that I'd say we really needed in our work. And as for a little time in our lives when we work our matters out, it's just what a time when a little angel shall make its way and see how it just does. I say how we got the work done along here. Think that we might have taken long enough for this video. I see it's getting pretty close to a certain time frame we usually take, but I do want to get on here long enough to say that if it so interests you, and if you will, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to this channel. Would like to have more subscribers to this page, like to get the word out there, kind of like have many more of you all to see how much I can do and what I do, and really how I work about this business to kind of make things better for the world and for us, and how that a little work and light time can be measured out to where we see all the good in things and all the magic in things and all the little magic lives we touch in our lives with sculpting, carving, sewing, and all the rest. I'll tell you all a little more about where all I've kind of been today, and as for the little cows that I carved in the last video, in one of the last two series, I took them out of the oil today and toweled them off, give them a little time to dry out, and see what we can make of them. I mean, this little industry is just one of these things we're going to enjoy for a long time. I tell you all that this is just among the things where we work our way through all our art and all we do. I'd like to say that these angels will have good wings and a good halo when we get done. Appreciate y'all coming on here. Thank you for watching. Take care and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.